Welcome everyone. Today in this video, we are going to discuss the top 8 finance Twitter accounts for 2022. Let's get started. Number 1 is Paul Krugman. Krugman has 4,588,875 followers. He averages about 16 weekly tweets. Krugman's claim to fame is that he is a Nobel Prize winning economist. His primary strength is his explaining complex economics for a broad audience. His weakness is his political correctness, which makes him unable to cover some sensitive topics. His bias is that he is a free trade proponent, so he automatically discounts policies that could hurt free trade. His most famous predictions ever were both awful predictions. The more recent is that he called Bitcoin a bubble rooted in libertarian ideology in 2015 before it rose over 100-fold since that time. You would have thought he learned his lesson on bubbles, because before that he called the internet a technology less impactful than the fax machine back in 1998 in the early days of the internet. His latest prediction is that the Fed has gone too far in raising interest rates to curb inflation, and the committee will have to cut rates soon.
Number 2 is Mark Cuban. Cuban has 8,870,190 followers. He averages about 7 weekly tweets. Cuban's claim to fame is that he's a billionaire media entrepreneur who owns the Dallas Mavericks. His primary strength is starting and exiting high-growth investments. His weakness is his emotional outbursts, which alienate his teammates. His bias is that he is constantly promoting anything that he is invested in. His best prediction ever was the timing of the sale of Broadcast.com to Yahoo at the peak of the last internet bubble before the year 2000. His latest prediction is that AI will be the dominant business tool in the future. Number 3 is Chamath Palihapitiya. Palihapitiya has 1,626,726 followers. He averages about 1 weekly tweet. Chamath's claim to fame is that he was an early senior executive at Facebook. His primary strength is being on top of tech investing trends. His weakness is being reliant on fundraising in a down market. His bias is that he is frequently talking his own book, favoring trends of companies that he is already invested in. His best prediction was joining Facebook early on in 2007. His latest prediction is that the Fed will keep rates at 5.5% longer than expected.
Number 4 is Ray Dalio. Dalio has 1,153,204 followers. He averages about 9 weekly tweets. Dalio's claim to fame is that he founded one of the largest hedge funds in the world in 1975. His primary strength is professional fund management at scale. His weakness is generating strong returns at scale. His bias is that he views everything and everyone as a machine. His best prediction ever was being an early proponent of the risk parity investment style. His latest prediction is that the Fed raising rates to 4.5% or higher will tank stocks by 20%. Number 5 is Elon Musk. Musk has 121,139,536 followers. He averages about 19 weekly tweets. Musk's claim to fame as being part of the PayPal mafia that went on to drive other hugely transformative businesses, such as Facebook. His primary strength is managing disruptive technology companies. His weakness is overpromising technology achievements, such as self-driving capabilities. His bias is that he focuses on the long term rather than the short term, which can cause him to overinvest in the short term to get benefits that won't come until far in the future. His best prediction ever was anticipating strong demand for electric vehicles in place of gas-powered cars. His latest major prediction is that Tesla's valuation will reach $4.5 trillion in the next few years. Number 6 is Danielle DiMartino Booth. Danielle has 241,896 followers. She averages about 103 weekly tweets. Danielle's claim to fame is that she worked for the Dallas Fed for 9 years. Her primary strength is interpreting Fed speak. In other words, decoding messages from Federal Reserve officials. Her weakness is actually translating that Fed analysis into actionable investment advice. Her bias is believing that tight monetary policy is always best for the economy. Her best prediction ever is correctly predicting the housing crash in 2008. Her latest prediction is that Fed Chair Jerome Powell will not rescue the stock market or the real estate market, but will rather continue raising rates even into a recession. Number 7 is Nick Timiraos. Nick has 218,425 followers. He averages about 25 weekly tweets. Nick's claim to fame is that he spent over 15 years covering government finance institutions like the Treasury, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and the Federal Reserve. His primary strength is his relationship with Fed insiders. His weakness is he is limited to covering government institutions. His bias is that he has to report what the Fed wants him to report, otherwise he will lose his access to information. His best prediction is essentially correctly anticipating every Fed decision before it is publicly announced. His latest prediction is that the housing correction will not be as bad as the 2008 crisis. Number 8 is Mike Simonsen. Simonsen has 24,565 followers. He averages about 27 weekly tweets. Simonsen's claim to fame is that he co-founded a leading real estate data research firm. His primary strength is unbiased real estate analysis. His weakness is he lacks direct capital markets experience, having not worked on Wall Street. His bias is that he caters to real estate professionals, such as brokers. His best prediction was accurately predicting that home prices would rise each year from 2020 to 2022. His latest prediction is to watch for home prices to bottom in mid to late January 2023. There you have it. Those are the top 8 Twitter finance accounts of 2022. Please click the like and subscribe buttons and stay tuned for my next video.